welcome to my channel. My name is Heather Anderson of So Heather, and I'm so excited you're watching today. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey with me. I started my channel for the same reason I started my blog 6 years ago, and that is to help women look and feel amazing no matter what your age, because I believe if you look good and you feel good, you're going to exude confidence, and let's face it, ladies, confidence will get you anywhere you want to go. So today I'm going to cover 6 style tips to help you look luxe on a budget. This is actually part 2 of Looking Luxe on a Budget series I did last week. I published how to shop to look luxe on a budget, so be sure and check out that video. I will link it below, as well as all the other items I'm talking about in this video will be linked in my description box below, so don't forget to check that out when you're finished watching. And also, if you would hit the subscribe button, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. I would love it if you would tell your friends to subscribe to my channel. So let's get started. Please be sure and listen to this full video, because I'm going to be covering 6 style tips to help you look luxe on a budget. And trust me, you'll want to listen to every single one. So style tip number 1 to look luxe on a budget is to replace your buttons. Maybe you buy a blazer and you want to replace the buttons with some more luxe looking buttons. This will definitely make any jacket look more luxe and more expensive. I did that with this jacket. As you can see, these are beautiful silver buttons, and the jacket used to have these like light tan tortoiseshell buttons, and I didn't love them, and in fact I felt like it made the blazer look a little cheap, so I decided to replace these buttons. I took it up to this button place in Dallas right by Jesuit, so if you live in Dallas you can check them out. I bought 10 buttons, plus they put the buttons on the blazer, all for $30. So this is definitely an inexpensive way to make any blazer in your closet look luxe. I suggest choosing a plated silver button or gold button. These buttons kind of remind me of the Balmain blazer buttons. Balmain blazers go for about $2,000, so you could buy a blazer that's $150 or even $100 or even less. And if you replace it with these really amazing buttons, you're gonna make your blazer look much more sophisticated, much more polished, and much more luxe. So style tip number 2 to look luxe on a budget is to wear a designer belt. If you look through my blog, I think I've worn my Gucci belt at least 100 times, so I've definitely gotten my cost per wear out of that item. And if you don't know what cost per wear is, basically it means, let's just say a Gucci belt retails for $400. Well, if I've worn it over 100 times, I can take 400, divide it by 100, and that's basically, not a whole lot of money per wear of that Gucci belt. So as long as you're going to wear something a lot, it's okay if you invest in it. But again, if you refer to my other video where I listed, shopping tips to look luxe on a budget, I mentioned that you don't have to buy these designer items full price. In fact, you shouldn't. So you could search for a Gucci belt on the RealReal. You could search for a Gucci belt on a outlet store, maybe like Saks Off Fifth or the Outnet, something like that. So keep that in mind. But definitely, if you have on a simple t-shirt, maybe a $20 t-shirt by Madewell, which I love to wear those. By the way, I wear those underneath all of my jackets. And maybe I have on a pair of denim like Levi's, $98. I wear my $98 Levi's all the time, which I will link below as well. But if I put on my Gucci belt with that look, my look is all of a sudden going to look more luxe. It's going to look more expensive. It's going to look more polished and chic. So I highly recommend adding a designer belt to your look to make it look more luxe. Okay, style tip number 3 to look more luxe on a budget is invest in a designer bag and a nice pair of shoes. They don't have to be premium designer. They don't have to be Gucci. They don't have to be Celine, but maybe even a Rebecca Minkoff handbag is better than just, a cheap handbag or something, because a handbag and shoes are something you're going to wear more often, and almost, they're going to be things that you wear with your looks on an everyday basis. So I believe that you should spend your money on your handbag and your shoes, definitely not your tops. Don't ever spend a lot of money on tops. Those are things that are sometimes can be trendy, and I definitely don't recommend that. I also don't recommend spending a lot of money on trend pieces. So definitely save your money for a designer bag and designer shoes, and I promise they will make your looks look more luxe. And again, you don't have to pay full price for these items, ladies. I've gotten a Gucci bag on the Real, highly discounted. I think it was 70% off. If you check these outlet stores and these online consignment stores, you can get really good deals on, designer and even premium designer items. So I recommend doing that for sure. It'll definitely take your looks up to the next level. All right, style tip number 5 to help you look luxe on a budget is pick suede over leather, always. So if I see a pair of suede pumps, for example, and they come in a black suede and in a black leather, I compare them. I'm always going to pick suede over leather, and I recommend that you do too. Suede just looks more expensive. It just looks more sophisticated. It looks more luxe. So I highly recommend. I have a pair of Vince Camuto black suede booties. And then I also have a pair of Isabel Marant black suede booties, and you honestly cannot tell them apart. And I think it's just because that suede, as I said, it just looks more expensive. So always, 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 when you have the choice, pick suede over leather. It will definitely make you look more luxe and save you money at the same time. Number 5, the number 5 style tip to help you look luxe on a budget is to go monochrome. When in doubt, go monochrome. So basically what monochrome means is wearing the same color head to toe. It can be different shades, and I suggest wearing a darker monochrome color, like all black. When in doubt, if you're not sure what to wear but at the same time you want to look more luxe, definitely choose an all black look, because a couple reasons. Number 1, all black is super slimming. So, need I say more? Number 2, dark fabrics, if they're cheap, you really can't tell because they're dark. And so that's why if you wear an all black look and you have on maybe it's a black, top that's $25, but you're not going to be able to tell it's a $25 top because it's black, it's got dark fabric, and it's really not going to be that noticeable that it's a cheap top. Especially if you're carrying a designer bag and you have on the designer belt I mentioned and a nice pair of shoes. Who cares if your top's $25? No one is going to notice. I also love an all white look. That's beautiful. I think an all white look can look amazing all year round. Don't think that you can't wear white after Labor Day, because you absolutely can. But you just have to be careful with all white, because since it's not a dark color, some of the fabrics it's more obvious that they might not be as expensive. So just beware when you choose an all white look. I've done an all gray monochrome look, and I love that. Again, gray is a great color. It's on the darker side. So, you're not going to be able to tell if some of those fabrics are on the cheaper side. So when in doubt, go monochrome. Style tip number 6 to look luxe on a budget is to always, always, always pick solids over prints. I've been blogging for 6 years, and if you look on my blog, you might find me in a print maybe 5 times at the most, out of hundreds of looks I've posted. I do wear color. I have a lavender blazer on. I love wearing color, but I don't love wearing prints. If you're gonna wear a print, you should do it on your, get a pair of leopard pumps, get a pair of snake print heels, maybe a cami. Just pick something small in your ensemble to have that print be shown. The reason prints don't look as luxe as solids is, again, a printed fabric isn't a dark shade necessarily, so you're gonna be able to tell when it's made of cheaper material. Also, solids are much more slimming. They're much more flattering, so you're just going to look better all around when you have solids on. So that is the 6 tips to help you look luxe on a budget. I hope that you have enjoyed today's video. I hope that if you have any questions, you will let me know in the comments below. Thank you again so much for stopping by today. For more style inspiration, I would love for you to subscribe to my blog, soheather.com. I will leave that link below in the subscription box. Also, I love taking your suggestions of what you would like to see in upcoming videos. I'm always open to that. That is why I started my channel, is to help you ladies, so please let me know. Thank you so much again for stopping by. I hope that you'll subscribe to my channel, and until next time, I will see you soon. Bye-bye.